Hello! Here is a new video review from VideoGaming Father series. This time I am going to focus on dark puzzle platformer with almost cult status called Limbo. Is it really as good as many people say? Is there a strong and atmospheric story that might even make you cry? Are there many original and interesting puzzles there? Is it a challenging yet not frustrating game? Will you struggle more with the controls than with the obstacles that devs prepared for you? Are there any RPG elements that ensure the development of the main character? Just keep watching and soon we'll find out together whether it is really a good game or there is just a big hype around it. Let's start with the story, as this should be one of the fundamentals of atmospheric games. Well, the situation with Limbo is a little bit complicated when it comes to story. Once you start a new game, you find your character lying in the deep forest without any intro or narration. The pieces of story are shown in the cutscenes in the game engine, but do not expect something explicit, as there is neither written nor spoken word in the game. So the story is actually told by the game environment and the events happening there. Everyone can interpret the story in his way. Normally, I would consider the absence of a clear story one of the game cons, but as the environment and events are so atmospheric, they make the way the story is told interesting and mysterious enough to enjoy it. Let's take a look at Limbo's gameplay. This is actually where Limbo excels most. Despite its very simple controls and also the presentation, the game dragged me in and made me look forward to what's going to happen in the next screen. Why is it so? The two main factors play the biggest role here: the original ideas and the atmosphere. As for the ideas, most of them are based on work with physics and highly interactive environment. It starts with simple tasks like moving some object somewhere to use it as a platform to get to the higher spot. It might be a crate, wagon, or even small ball. Then starts the playing with bear traps. First you need to simply move one from another to be able to jump over them. Then you find a tree branch with rotting carcass hanging on the rope. You can see that you would need to use the rope to swing to the top of nearby rope. But you are not able to do it because the carcass hanging on the end of that rope is too heavy. The solution? To move the bear trap lying around under the rope, jump over the rope so the carcass on its end gets lower and gets caught to the trap. The rope is now free, and so is the path further. You will be using the environment interactively against the living enemies. First is the giant spider that you will be dealing with in several screens. First you need to distract it by the bear traps, then you will get caught and wrapped by its web into jumping cocoon that you will need to get released from to be able to finally eliminate this giant beast in spectacular escaping scene when you are running from a spider while using the environment against it. It was a very intense scene and I really got relieved when I finally eliminated it with the help of giant boulder. But was it really that? Well, I do not want to reveal too much, not to spoil the unique experience that everyone gets from this game. So just briefly, there are many puzzles to solve based on physics. You will be playing with pulleys and water mechanics, using the levers and switches to activate the mechanisms that can either release your way further or serve as a weapon against your enemies. You will also get under control of a dangerous parasite that sticks to your head and periodically gets your character under its control. And you can bet that his intentions are not too nice. In general, there are so many original and intense moments that even after the first half an hour of playing, you will experience more of them than during the hours of playing of many other puzzle platforms. Great job has been done here, indeed. Is it not spoiled by inappropriate difficulty or struggling with controls? As for the difficulty, it's well balanced. Some puzzles and action scenes are challenging, so you might be repeating them several times, but you will never get frustrated too much. It's because there are clear principles on how the game works, so you will never get stuck for too long. Usually you just need fast reactions or to use different solutions to resolve the current problem. It also helps that if your character dies, you will just start from the beginning of the current scene, so you won't get frustrated by repeating the same long parts again and again. The controls are very simple and responsive enough. It's surprising how the game with such a complex set of actions just makes do with one analog stick and button for jump and action. Simply but effective. I have played the game on the Xbox controller that the game was originally designed for, but I do not think that there would be any struggling with controls even if played on the keyboard. How about the audiovisual side of the game? The graphics of the game consist of black objects in the foreground and lighter background with objects in the shades of gray. It means that the color palette is not very rich here, but it perfectly fits the atmosphere of the game. There is also a light noise effect in the background, which makes the atmosphere even more mysterious and more oppressive. The level of detail is quite high, graphics are smooth, every object in the game is nicely recognizable, and sometimes one is even glad that you can see only silhouettes of people there, as most of them are either hostile or dead. And the background with dead bodies hanging on gallows or broken trees can also contribute to the chilling atmosphere of the game. Sounds make the atmosphere even stronger and more depressing. They are quite realistic, and sounds of closing bear traps or broken bodies are pretty creepy. It is also a shame that there is no music in the game, as I think that if it is well chosen, it could even improve the atmosphere. Now we need to raise an important question. Is Limbo suitable for family playing? As for me, the answer is rather negative because of the oppressive atmosphere and very hostile environment with many dead bodies. Children bodies, I must say. And scenes of drastic deaths. Definitely not suitable for younger kids, as it might very likely cause them the nightmares. So this time I must recommend just play it by yourself. So has Limbo convinced me about its qualities? Does it really deserve a high rating and mark of one of the best games in the genre? The answers are simple, yes and yes for sure. On the plus side, there is a great atmosphere, tons of original ideas, dark story that can be interpreted in many ways, reasonable difficulty, responsive controls, and audiovisual presentation. There are only a few cons. Absence of music and maybe also some narration, no further development of the main character, meaning the absence of RPG elements, and violence on children that make this game unsuitable for family playing. Limbo costs €10 on Steam, which is a reasonable price for what it offers. And it is discounted quite often, even by 75%, so do not miss such an opportunity if you can wait a little bit. Limbo is a real masterpiece that I have been enjoying every second and could not wait to see what other great ideas would come in the next scene. It's actually not far from perfection. I'm giving Limbo thumbs up and VideoGaming Father's index 9 out of 10. Highly recommended. Thank you for watching my video review. If you like it, please do not forget to give it a thumb up and also to subscribe to my VideoGaming Father's channel so as not to miss my new video reviews. See you soon!